Hi guys and welcome back to Geordie and Sam, and in today's video we'll be doing round 23 footy tips. So without any further ado, let's just get started.
Collingwood-Brisbane is obviously going to be one of the more important games of this year, first versus second. Port obviously need Brisbane to lose to let us try and get into the top two. So it's going to be a close one, but I think Collingwood will win this only because it's at Marvel. And Brisbane obviously don't play well in Melbourne as a whole. So I think that Collingwood can get up because it's at Marvel.
So the first game of the round is Collingwood versus Brisbane at Marvel Stadium. Brisbane don't travel very well. I'm tipping Collingwood.
Next, Richmond North. Obviously, Richmond get up in this one. They come off a loss to St Kilda. A big loss. I think that probably puts an end to their season. Or it might have been finished before that. But I think Richmond will get this one comfortably.
Game on Saturday is Richmond versus North Melbourne at the MCG. This is an easy one. I'm tipping Richmond.
Gold Coast versus Carlton. Carlton being the most informed team. Obviously haven't lost in 7, 8, 9 weeks even. I don't know. It's around that. I don't think Gold Coast beat them, so I'm going to tip Carlton to win this.
The second game of the round is Gold Coast versus Carlton. I think I'm going to tip Carlton on this one.
Giants, Essendon. Giants, they had a rocky first half against Port. They kind of brought it back a little bit in the second. Essendon, I think they won last week. It's at Giants Stadium. I'm going to tip the Giants to win this one.
The game on a Saturday is GWS versus Essendon at Giants Stadium. I'm tipping GWS even though they lost. I don't think that they're going to lose to Essendon.
St Kilda versus Geelong. It is at Marvel Stadium. I don't know. I can't really trust St Kilda. Geelong have also been a bit up and down. I mean, they took it to Collingwood with a few injuries, but I think I'm going to tip Geelong to win this one. I think that they'll win this one.
Last game on a Saturday is St Kilda versus Geelong at Marvel Stadium. This one here is a little bit hard to tip. Geelong lost last week and St Kilda won, I believe, but I'm tipping Geelong.
This next one, 50-50. Crows are pretty good at home. Sydney have kind of gone under the radar into 7th. So it's a tough one to pick. I'm gonna tip the Crows just because it's at home. I think that's the only reason I would tip the Crows in this one. I think because it's just at home.
Game on a Saturday is Adelaide versus Sydney, played at Adelaide Oval. Now, Adelaide don't travel very well, but the game is played at home, and I'm not really too sure about Sydney. I'm tipping Adelaide.
Moving to Sunday, we got Western Bulldogs, West Coast. Obviously, Western Bulldogs win this one. I think it is obvious. I don't think there's a chance that West Coast win this one.
First game on a Sunday is the Western Bulldogs versus West Coast. This game here is played at Marvel Stadium, and I'm tipping the Western Bulldogs.
Again, this one's a pretty easy one. I'm going to take Melbourne to beat Hawthorn. I don't think that... Well, I mean, Hawthorn actually have beaten Western Bulldogs and Collingwood in consecutive weeks. But I think Melbourne need to lock in their top 4. And I think this is the game that gets it done for them.
The second to last game of the round is Melbourne versus Hawthorn at the MCG. I'm tipping Melbourne. And the last game of the round is Fremantle versus Port Adelaide at Optus Stadium. Now, Fremantle won last week and Port Adelaide won to GWS at home. I found this one a little bit hard to tip, but I did tip Port Adelaide because they really need to win this game to stay in the top 4.